Well, the day has come, and I'm finally making this video. I honestly haven't wanted to dedicate any more of my time to this matter, but recent developments have compelled me to go ahead and bring you up to speed. I didn't know what to put in the background of this video until I thought about how many of you guys shared your stories of being screwed over or sharing your complaints about this company and third-party key providers, which made up about 50% of the 500 comments in the old video. Quick synopsis on the previous video that this is following up from. The link of the other video is in the description. However, if you're in the UK, you will not be able to view it. More on that later in this video. Back in March of 2015, I posted a video ranting about the sketchy practices of third-party game key providers. What prompted me to make this video was an incident in which I had attempted to purchase an ARMA 2 combined operations key for a very poor friend of mine who could not afford one, but we both wanted to game together. CJ's Keys provided me with a small discount, and I had good luck with them in the past. Long story short, I never got my key, and they threatened me with legal action when I attempted to exercise my most basic of consumer rights. Check out the original video for more information on that. Additionally, during the correspondence with them, they asked me to have Steam support resolve it, and Steam told me not to do business with CJ's Keys, and that they were currently investigating the company, as you can see in the screenshot from Steam support, and that the entire business model is a violation of the Steam's terms of service. So I made a video as a public service announcement to warn my fellow gamers about all third-party key providers that operate using the same principles as CJ's CD keys. Trust me, there's a lot of them out of there. Though I used the CJ's Keys incident as my personal experience. This is when bizarre things began happening, and I have learned so much since then about how these companies operate. CJ's Keys basically acquires Steam gifts, EA accounts, Xbox accounts, and other game key objects, we'll call them, through a variety of possibly legal and illegal methods, though I cannot speculate on which methods are primarily used. They then resell the gifts, going against most of the terms of service that apply to the resale of such entities. This is technically a violation for both the seller and receiver of the keys, depending on the service. In some instances, everything works out just fine. The buyer receives the key/gift, and the seller receives the money. However, when something goes wrong, it is very difficult, and in my case, was impossible to prove that there was any wrongdoing on their end and to get my money back. Anyway, back to the bizarre things. After being informed by Valve Corporation to cease all transactions with this entity, and my video began receiving some views, some weird stuff began happening. First off, I received more views than I had anticipated, many people commenting and sharing their accounts of how they had been scammed or ripped off, many people suggesting alternative key sites that they had had good luck with, or some people explaining how their transaction with CJ's CD keys had gone just fine. The trouble began when CJ's Keys themselves began posting on my account, or my video, making unfounded claims that I was somehow trying to scam them out of $17, an accusation which I found to be equally absurd and insulting. They also accused me of at one point making all of the accounts that complained in the comments, once again in an accusation that I can only dismiss as bonkers, the comments that you see in the background of this video. At one point, a user by the name of Hacks Inc. Pranks commented on my video pretending to be a third party, critiquing my handling of the matter and calling me, pardon my language, a quote-unquote asshole, as seen in this screenshot. After some basic investigative work, it turned out that Hacks Inc. Pranks actually works for CJ CD Keys, as seen in this picture collage I threw together, where he is referring to we when talking about CJ's CD Keys. Well, because he works for them. Z-Team Hacks, the primary account owner of CJ's CD Keys, was posting on my video so much that YouTube began automatically marking and flagging the comments as spam, as seen in this screenshot, and publicly complained that I was doing it. For a while I was going through them and allowing the comments, unmarking them as spam, but when they began accusing me of trying to scam them, making fake profiles as seen in this screenshot, and making things up like that they had contacted me for an investigation, I warned them that any further comments of this nature would result in me no longer unmarking their posts as spam. The last straw was when they claimed that this was not my first time scamming them, and that I am a seasoned scam artist. The reality of the matter is I am an incredibly busy engineering student who runs a business on the side and has no time for dealing with crooks and basically no free time at all. A quick look through the comment section of the previous video will show gamers both US and foreign being scammed out of their money. Single mothers, even children, trying to buy games, only to be taken advantage of by a gray market with no consumer protections in place. Around this same time, I also will note that I received a ton of phishing scam emails on my account from where I had ordered the game from. This is simply speculation, but it's possible that the two incidents are related. The reason I made this video today was because I got home from my studies only to receive an email from YouTube saying that my previous video was blocked in the UK because CJ's CD Keys felt it necessary to claim that I had defamed them. This was a defamation claim and my video was blocked in the UK. Let me ask you this. Since when is making a public service announcement in an effort to protect other people from falling victim defamation? And last time I checked, it's only defamation when it's not true. The comments alone speak for their actions. They are banned from advertising on many subreddits, and even Steam/Valve Corporation says that their actions are criminal. Sure, they have a good Trustpilot rating, but Trustpilot is controversial and paid to play, and CJ's Keys is able to remove any and all bad reviews, as seen in this picture. Same with Cloudflare, their hosting site, notorious for hosting and allowing criminal and terrorist behavior. And no, I'm not saying that they are terrorists, but a shady business is required to use a shady service once people start catching on to their misdeeds. Anyway, I'm done ranting about this. This was just an update, and please be careful where you get your games from. Nobody deserves to be taken advantage of. So I wanted to end this video at the end of my rant, but unfortunately there were so many complaints that I wasn't able to fit them all in the video, so they're just going to kind of go on for a little while. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, or rather found it helpful and useful. It is a real problem, third-party key providers, even some of the big ones. There's been quite a bit of dirt that's come out in the last year, so just be vigilant, guys, and stay safe out there with your money.